What we're learning is that the Kerala story has been banned in West Bengal after over a dozen intelligence inputs were received by the state secretariat regarding communal instances in the state. Following the release of the film, the government got reports from some district magistrates and superintendents of police seeking a restriction on the movie. The government has its documents ready, and these can be presented before the Supreme Court as and when it is required. This is what an official has said. Now, the official also said that in many theatres in and around the prime locations in the city, audiences were using communal slurs against each other. Another statement that's been said is that the movie is generating hatred for a particular community and that there is simmering tension. We're crossing over to News 18's Madhuparna Das to get us more details on this. Madhuparna, over to you.
Hi, Aisha. Yes.
Hi, would you be able to tell us more? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, there are, as you rightly mentioned, there are over a dozen intelligence inputs which landed in the state secretariat, prompting the government, the West Bengal government, to impose prohibitory orders and a ban on the movie. So the News 18 actually spoke with many senior officers in the government, and they said that the state has been witnessing a spate of communal clashes across districts recently over the past couple of months, and the latest one being during the Ram Navami celebration. So apparently they claim that the state has a right to make decisions which are needed to maintain law and order and communal harmony. And the senior officers also said that the government can anticipate and take preemptive actions as and when it's needed. So the government may also impose Section 144 if it's needed. So following the release of the movie, Mamata Banerjee's government got reports from some district magistrates and SPs who actually sought a restriction on the movie. In many theatres, they noticed that there are like communal slurs flying, from the audience against each other and leading to tension. So these kind of instances are generally seen in some of the theatres in and around the prime locations in the city, that is Kolkata. And this kind of tension may just trigger conflict. The movie is generating hatred for a particular community, and there is simmering tension. This is what the government's understanding is. So the state now wants to minimize such instances, and it actually cannot afford to take any chances. And it is the government apparently has documents ready, so they can present everything before the apex court as and when it's required. Because Sudipto Sen, the director of the movie, he has already moved to Supreme Court, and he has already petitioned against such a ban. The News 18 also spoke to Sudipto Sen day before yesterday, and he claimed that there was no such instance in the first 4 days of the release across states, including West Bengal, including Kolkata. And he also said that if a movie is being cleared by CBSC, then they are the authority. They reserve the right to censor a movie, and the state apparently doesn't have the power. But West Bengal government, the officers, they told us that government does have such power. Government reserves the right to, administration and govern. So the Supreme Court will be hearing the case probably next week.
All right, Madhuparna, do stay with us. Thank you for those details, though, but do stay with us. We also want to cross over to CNN News 18's legal correspondent, Ananya Bhatnagar, to get us more about the events that we're going to be seeing today. Ananya, can you tell us more about what's going to be taking place in the top court and about the plea that's been filed?
Well, this petition has been filed by Amit Nayak, who's the lawyer for Vipul Amrutlal Shah. The case title remains to be Sunshine Pictures, who are the producers of this particular film. And remember that this petition basically challenges the ban in the state of West Bengal that is levied on the screening of this film, and the de facto ban that is there in Tamil Nadu, because the cinema owners were actually threatened, and there were a lot of protests and furor in the state of Tamil Nadu that had happened, giving all the accounts of what has happened so far over the screening of this particular movie. The Kerala story makers have knocked the doors of the Supreme Court. Urgent mentioning was made day before yesterday before the topmost court of the country, and Mr. Harish Salve, senior advocate, was appearing for In fact, the owners, the filmmakers actually told the court that, the film is losing a lot of business with these bans that are coming in. And that's the reason why the case needs to be heard early. Because remember, there is another set of litigations that are there before the Supreme Court of India, which actually seek a ban on the particular film. And these are the petitioners like the Jamiyat-ul-Ulema who had filed the petition earlier as well. But at the same point of time, those petitions have been placed for hearing on May 15. However, the petition by the filmmakers, seeing the urgency, was placed today, and now today the West Bengal government also might send their advocates before, in fact, the topmost court of the country. However, since it's the first hearing in this particular matter, we can expect some kind of an interim relief be given to the filmmakers, or the notices be issued to at least the West Bengal government to give their reply on the same. But at the same point of time, we have seen how this movie, since the time of the release of its trailer, has been under
Ananya,
the
when it comes to, I just want to ask you another question about
battles,
another aspect of this. When it comes to legal precedent to remove a ban on a film after a state has essentially banned it, is there any that exists?
Well, there are local cinema rules with which actually a state regulates the screening and the viewing of films in a particular state, seeing the law and order situation there. Because remember that law and order is a state subject, and they have local cinema rules. And in fact, those are the rules that are under challenge before the Supreme Court of India by this particular petition. The filmmakers, as we spoke to Mr. Amit Nayak, who's the lawyer for Vipul Amritlal Shah, clearly told us that, the local cinema rules cannot be used to actually ban a film that has been certified by the CBFC itself. It has gone by the test and paramount, legal structures of the CBFC. The film has been viewed by a screening committee and then only has been passed for viewing. It is not a OTT film that, that does not have a certification, or a local film that does not have a certification. It is a proper film that has been passed by the CBFC. And then also there is a lot of furor about it, is something that the filmmakers would be saying before the topmost court of the country, clearly would be mentioning that, the CBFC has already cleared the film, and then also the West Bengal government and certain states are playing politics on this particular issue. That might also be a submission before the court. But what happens next is something that is a matter of time. We'll get to know in a short while from now. The matter is listed at item 51 before a bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice Dhananjay Ashwin Chanchud. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what happens, because remember, Aisha, when the last time this film came under legal scrutiny before the Supreme Court, it was the Chief Justice himself who had said that, there is a lot of money and effort that is involved in making of a film, and that
so much for joining us and for giving us those very important details. We'll continue to return to you for more updates. Right now, we're going to listen into some statements that have been made.
The film, and in fact I also was a viewer to the film. I watched the film on the second day, but there has been a lot of furor about how this film is very Islamophobic, and people are saying that it should be banned or not. But what does the rule say? What is the law that...
Well, all that we are saying is that once a film has been certified by the CBFC, it must be free for public exhibition. The ban by West Bengal or the shadow ban by Tamil Nadu, we are saying is not correct, is illegal, in view of the fact that in Prakash Shah's case in Arakshan also, once a certification has been granted, the exhibition must continue. And that's all that we are seeking. And also we are challenging the power under the local regulations to ban this film. The examining committee of the censor board has viewed the film. There are people, different 5 people in terms of members who've seen it from different walks of life, from different communities. And therefore all this is really water under the bridge, over the duck's back, because ultimately the film has been certified. And that's the law. Once certification has been granted, the exhibition must be unfettered.